Welcome to the Retro Junkion.
Hey guys, welcome back. I mentioned in the last video that I wanted to show you guys some stuff that I found through Facebook Marketplace. I'm just going to give you a quick overview of these, and we're going to look at a couple of them in more detail, but here's some of them. I found this guy. He was in northern Ohio, and he had a whole bunch of Commodore stuff in an old computer shop, and I wanted to go up and check it out just to see, you know, what was there. And when I got there, he had all these machines. Now these are according to him black screen C64's, so they're not working as far as he knows, and they just had a black screen. This is all the C64's. You can see I got 10 of them. Now I got a magnificent deal on these, and then I also got a couple other computers in this whole thing, including the VIC that you saw briefly in my last video, and then a couple other ones I'll show you in a minute. But yeah, I just wanted to show you what I got here. Super excited about it. These machines are pretty much complete. So with through all 10 of them, I'm missing 2 PLAs, I think, and 1 SID. Now I have 1 spare PLA anyway, and then also obviously I could get the that GAL SID PLA replacement and deal with that. But other than that, they're complete. None of them are water damaged. There's a couple that are missing keys, but you know, the odds of me fixing all of these are probably pretty low. I'll probably get, well, I don't know, a handful hopefully out of them. If I get like even 4 of them, well, if I get even 1 of them, I'd already be doing really well. But if I get like 4 of them, it'd be just fantastic. I've already I can't say I've made my money back. I didn't sell anything that I got from this, but as far as value goes, just from the other 2 or the other 3 computers that I got with this set, the value's already there. I already got an awesome deal. And let me get this camera mounted up, and then I'll come back and show you one of these C64's is a little bit of a special one, and then I'll show you the other computers that I got in this set as well. Okay, here's the first one. Well, this is the only C64 that I was going to show you separately. So there's 10 C64's that I got. Of the 10, 9 of them are either 250407 or 250425 boards. But this one is a little bit different and a little more special. I just wanted to show you because I thought this was really cool. This is assembly number 326298. So this is a early C64 board. Now obviously somebody's been in here, I'm assuming people that didn't work for Commodore, and maybe Commodore themselves too, who knows, but I assure you Commodore didn't do this stuff. Now this is supposed to have a black screen. It's got a replacement ROM in it that is looks like a 2732, but I'm not positive. I'll have to take that sticker off and see. Also want to read it out and see if that's stock or not. I know the guy I got these from, so the story was this guy, his buddy owned all this stuff, and sadly his friend was starting to suffer from dementia, but he told him to take all of his Commodore stuff and disperse it to the community. Basically, he didn't want to like make money off of it per se. He just wanted it to go back into the retro community, the Commodore community. Really cool of him. So that's how these came about. And like I said, the guy did just what his friend asked him to do. He gave me just fantastic prices for this stuff. It's just really super nice guy. He ran a computer shop in northern Ohio. Just It looked like he worked on mostly PC stuff. Obviously, he's not fixing C64's now. But, yeah, really cool. So this is, by the way, this is a Rev A, 326298. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the earliest C64 revision. And obviously its case is incorrect. This should be a silver label C64 case, as far as I know. But, I mean, obviously you can see it is not. It's just the standard bread bin case. And, you know, that's kind of unfortunate, but that's okay. No big deal. I was just pleasantly surprised to get this. And I've already, by the way, I already opened all of these up. I'm going to make a video, or several videos probably, fixing as many of these C64s as I can. But let me crack this open, the Vic container here. I think I already looked in here, but now I can't remember. I don't think this had a one of the early Vics in it. I think this had a just a, you know, standard. I think it may have even been a R8 Vic 20, or sorry, Vic 2. Jeez, see if I can get this thing off of here or not. These old ones are super thick. I don't want to damage the board. Let's see. Kind of hard to get a finger on these things too. Maybe I didn't take this off. I'm not sure. But let me keep working, try to pop it up. That's under tremendous pressure. I'm trying to hold the board down so it's not flexing the board at the same time. I just need to get one of these corners to give up. There we go. Okay, let's see what we got in here. I feel like I did open this, but I don't remember. Yeah, there you go. It's opened up. So sadly, it doesn't have a ceramic chip in it, but one of them does. I went through these. I haven't turned any of them on or done any kind of checks. I just opened them up yesterday just to see if any of the, you know, the main chips were missing, the SID and the VIC and the processor, the, you know, whatever. And like I said, amongst the 10 of them, I'm only missing, I think, 2 PLAs and 1 SID, which is not bad at all. Most of them were open when I got them already, but a few of them were closed up. They're in, you know, their cases are in various different states. Some of them you saw, they look okay. Some of them really dirty, really yellowed. But I'll clean every one of them that I fix. I'll clean up, and once summer comes around, or spring, whatever, I'll start retrobrighting these and bring them back to their former glory as best I can. But let's take this stuff off of here and see what Vic we have here. It looks like it is an R8. But let's see. 6567 R8 from 2883. Can you see that? Yeah, I think you can. So this Vic chip obviously is not original to this Commodore. But I may, since I do have one of the ceramic Vic chips, it's obviously an early model, I might swap those two and put that one in here. And who knows, maybe the original owner, or the, you know, the guy that this stuff came from, maybe he did that at some point to try to fix this board. I'm not sure. It's got, you know, it's got some chips replaced over here. The 7406 has been done. This is a 74 LS257. What is, oh, sorry, can't read this one. Looks like a 373, and this is a 139. These have all been replaced and socketed, and it looks like this chip over here has also been replaced, and there's some kind of bodge wire, so hopefully they didn't rip the traces on it. And actually, I don't think that's been replaced. That may be just factory, and then they had to do this for some kind of, you know, revision type of thing. I don't think these capacitors here are stock. They're electrolytics. They may be. I'll have to look up and see, but I don't think that's stock. I think somebody did that. but I'm not positive. I'll take a look. But obviously I want to get this one working. That will be a priority, because this is a special, this is a special machine. This is the original C64, the C64. But yeah, you can see the board's in great shape. Don't know what it looks like underneath. It's got its plate, and it's kind of cool. The plate on this one is gold. I've never seen that. But I haven't had a bread bin. I hadn't got one yet. I have a C64C, and mine is the one that has the long board in it, but the C64C case. So it has that special SID in it, supposedly special SID, the one that ends in AR. But I didn't have a bread bin, and I'd been wanting one forever, obviously. And well, now I have 10 of them. I just gotta fix them, maybe. We'll see. It'd be cool if some of these were just working. I don't know. The guy just told me that they were black screen. I don't think this capacitor is stock. I mean, it's possible. I don't know, maybe it is. I mean, that looks kind of deliberately done, but it's way too big for its spot here. So I don't know if somebody did that, if one of the previous owners did it, or if Commodore did that. It's bent around itself and into the hole, but I mean, it actually looks pretty good as far as the bend goes. Like, they didn't just torque it in there, they actually pre-bent it. Maybe it was from Commodore. I'll look up some pictures online and see. I'll recap this if it needs it, but that's it. I'll keep this thing as original as I can. I'm gonna take these off. I'll probably put some kind of cooling on them, even though that takes away from the originality. But these chips run hot, and heat is a killer of integrated circuits, of electronics in general. So I want to protect it and keep it running for another 40 years. So I'll probably take these big old ugly ones off of here and put on some smaller, I have some aluminum heat sinks, silver ones. I'll probably put those on all the chips that run hot. I even also have some very small ones that I may put on the RAM, although if the RAM fails, that's not as big of a thing. You can get these RAM chips, sometimes even new old stock, but the custom ICs, obviously, you're not going to be getting those new old stock, or at least not likely. I mean, maybe, but I doubt it. But yeah, I just want to show you this one specifically because of its historical significance. So put this guy back, and then let me grab the other computer, one of the other computers. I have two more computers that I got from the same guy that are not Commodores that I wanted to show you guys. Hold on one sec. Okay, here's the first one. This is a TRS-80 Model 100, as you can see there. It's in great shape. There's a couple of scuff marks on the screen cover there. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can kind of see it there. So this one, I actually paid a little bit more for this than I did the Commodores, but still, it was a fantastic deal. He didn't know what the issue with this one was. He didn't know anything about it. He didn't know if it worked or if it was broken. If it was broken, how. It was pretty dirty. Just sitting around. This stuff didn't seem to be stored properly, but there is no water damage in any of these that I've seen. Anyway, when I already fixed this one. It was broken, and it just didn't do anything. You put batteries in it, it wouldn't power up. You plug it in, it wouldn't power up. So I went through it, and it ended up just being leaky capacitors, and apparently, from what I've seen online, that's a pretty common issue for this particular computer. It is, I saw online in a lot of places they said recap it if you're having issues, but I didn't even have to go to that, to the forums to see. When I opened it up, you could see the leakage, and it had caused a little bit of board damage in a couple of spots, but luckily it didn't destroy any traces. So I completely disassembled the whole thing, and you know, I got rid of the corrosion, reapplied the solder mask where it had been destroyed, and recapped it. And that's pretty much all I did to it other than cleaning, and it works, and it's working good. Can you guys see that? I know there's a glare from that light above, but yeah, I guess you can see it. Yeah, so this is obviously, it's on batteries right now, but it's just the basic one. I want to get here's Microsoft Basic. I want to get a, sorry, lost my train of thought. I want to get, they have like a super ROM for this. I forget what it's called. Can't type, and numlock is on. There we go. 10 print test. The keyboard on this is really nice. I think it has Alps keys in it. It feels nice. All right, so let's list and run. And there you go. Its update speed is excuse me, pretty it's pretty slow. I forget what the processor is. It's like an 80C. I don't even want to say, I don't want to give you wrong information, but I think it was an 80C59, something like that. But I guess these were popular with writers, reporters back in the day. They would take it with them on the road, and then they would write their report while they're getting the information and type it in, and it would hold something like 32,000 words or something. This one, pretty cool. It doesn't, like I said, it has the standard ROM in it, no expansions, but it did come with its RAM maxed out, so it's 32K, I think is what this one has. And yeah, that's it. I'm gonna try to get that super ROM or whatever it's called for it, just because I don't know, I think it would be neat, and it's you know, it's a period correct update. I don't like modifying them for the most part, well, if it's not reversible, I'm basically not going to do it. If it can be undone, then I will, like at the Pi Storms and all that. But yeah, so here's this one. As far as I can tell, it's fully functional. I haven't tested like the cassette port and the printer port and all that stuff, the modem, serial, any of that. But as far as just standard functionality, seems to be working fine. Here's a little program I wrote. This one's basic has been pretty well modified for this computer. So I just wrote this little program that it's like a alarm beeper kind of thing. I thought it was kind of cute. Just trying it out. I was just playing with it. Okay, let me get back out of here and go to the main menu if I can remember how to do it. I think it was F8. Yeah, there we go. You can also just type menu from basic and then go back. Oh, and then that was the other thing I wanted to show you. It has this beep command just built in. You type beep and press enter and it beeps. Now, I tried that on another computer and it didn't beep, but it accepted the command, so I don't know if that's standard or not. But from what I was reading online, this computer's basic has a lot of stuff built into it for that takes advantage of its particular hardware. Okay, let me grab the other one real quick to show you, and then that'll be the end of this video. Alright, so here it is. This is a Panasonic FS-A1 MSX2. You can see all of that. I got this computer, I think I paid the same price for this one as I did the Commodore computers. So again, a fantastic deal. This one was unknown condition, but all I did to it was take it apart. It was pretty filthy. I just took it apart, cleaned it up, you know, just took care of it cosmetically, basically. And it was missing this cover right here, so I printed a cover for it, and the print came out beautifully. I don't like 3D printing parts for these computers, but as far as this goes, I don't think you could get this cover in America. So the other thing with this computer, besides being filthy and of unknown condition, it didn't have a power supply, so I'm guessing that's why it was unknown condition, These computers take kind of an odd power supply. They take 9 volts DC and then 18 volts AC as input. So it rectifies 18 into 12 and 9, I think. Or maybe it was 12 and 15, I don't remember. But anyway, and then the other thing is they use this super cute power connector that is, I couldn't find it, not, you know, as just the connector alone. So I was looking at some of the MSX forums, and they said you could get an old HP laptop power supply that had that same connector. So that's what I did, and I got it for like $10 on eBay, and then clipped it off. And since I didn't have a power supply, there's a couple of designs online to you know, like circuits that, or boards that somebody designed to power these, but from what I could see, the only ones I could find were European, so they were, you know, 230 instead of 110 or 120 or whatever. This guy would typically run on 100 volts. That's what Japan uses. They do use NTSC, but it's a little bit different than ours. But I've hooked this up to my up to Little Cutie and through composite, and it worked fine. So don't know if it matters in composite. I can't remember off the top of my head. Don't think it does, but I'm not positive. But anyway, it worked fine. I don't have any games for this or any software or any way yet to get software onto it. One of my buddies from the community is supposed to be sending me a cartridge, just like a racing cartridge for it, so I can try it out with that. But in anticipation of that, I took an old Nintendo controller I had here and modified it to work with the MSX. It does have 9-pin DE9 connectors, like your standard Atari C64 joystick connectors, but they are not the same. So there they are, 2 joysticks, and they actually don't call it, they're not like joysticks ports, they're called I/O ports. Here's your connections: power, RF, channel select, and from what I remember too, it says 1 channel, 2 channel, but I think this is like the Japanese over there, it's real high numbers, like 95 or something like that, instead of 3 and 4 like we would have it. You have RGB out. I haven't built this cable yet, but I probably will. I have a Tandy EGA monitor, so I'll probably make a cable so I can plug it in through RGB. The composite looks really good, but you know, if I can do it better, I will. You have composite and then mono audio. This is the cassette port, I think is what this is, and this is printer, I think. I translated the ones. I used like Google Translate to translate the ones that I don't speak Japanese. I can't read it, obviously. They have 2 cartridge ports, which I thought was kind of neat. And then let's see, I think that's it. Oh, power is over here. It's got a constant power switch, so an actual switch instead of like a button. And then there's I think there's a reset on this thing, but maybe I'm wrong. I thought I had a reset, but I don't see it. No, I don't see it. It does not have a reset. It takes batteries. I haven't installed them yet. I need to do that and try it, but the graphics on it look pretty good. I haven't got to do much with it other than just power it up, type in some basic stuff, and it's, you know, it works. The main thing here, well, it has a membrane keyboard, but everything was good there, and it feels great. It feels good, and it sounds good. But let me show you the other part of it. This is the cooler. Well, I don't know if it's the cooler side, but this was kind of a fun little deal. Like I said, they don't. It didn't have a power supply, and that's probably why the guy that had it didn't know if it worked or not, or you know, he may have never used it. I have no idea. But anyway, you can't buy them from eBay. You can. I found a couple on there, but they're pretty expensive. And then if you get them from Japan, like I did find one on like Yahoo auctions, it was I think it ended up being about the same price as the ones on American eBay. which was like 65 bucks. But then also, you know, when you're going from China or from Japan, sorry, the shipping costs are going to be crazy. So I went ahead and just built my own. I got the HP laptop like had been suggested in the forums, and cut its lead off, and then I got a switch mode power supply for the 9 volts DC, and then I got a I just got a, I forget what the volt amp rating was, but an 18 volt AC 2 amps, 500 milliamps transformer. I just got one like a wall wart from Amazon and took it apart and took the transformer out, and then I used some perf board and wired everything up, fuses, and then power, LEDs. This one's 9 volts, this one is 18 volts, and then I 3D printed a case for it. I had to design the case. And I also had to 3D print, I 3D printed a little holder that would hold the transformer down so it didn't move around and break its connections. And that same piece also, the board snapped into it, the 9 volt power adapter. Same thing with that 9 volt adapter. It was just some random one I found on Amazon, and like a wall wart type of deal. It's switch mode though. But I took it apart and just took the board out and then hooked everything up together inside of here and wired it up as it was shown on their forums. And then printed the case. It's 2 pieces, top and bottom. I put some vents in there. You can see some of the wires and stuff. It's got a bunch of wires in it, but that was kind of for a reason. I made it to where I could disconnect the output and the input cables in case I ever want to take it out. I didn't want to make it permanent, so I have like quick disconnects in there. But it was kind of a fun project. I did over a couple of days designing it and printing it and building it. But it works. The computer works with it, and I'll play around with it more when I can. But like I said, I don't really have anything else to do with it. I don't have any software yet, but I should be getting some soon. And then I'll probably end up eventually getting a they have like SD card to MSX2 you know, devices that the community has made, so I'll probably use some of those, or get one of those to, you know, try out some different software. They have really nice graphics. I like the keyboard. I don't know, I like everything about it. It's really cool. I don't think I would have got an MSX computer. I don't think I would have actively pursued one. But since I got this one and I got it for a great deal, I'm super happy. Very cool, and it's been fun to play around with a little bit that I have. But that's it for this. I just wanted to show you guys what I found. I was really excited about it. It took me a while to make this video just because I was working on these 2 computers and this power supply. So I had to fix the TRS-80, I had to build the power supply, and then clean this guy up. It's I probably put like maybe a week and a half to 2 weeks of work between those 3 things, and then other stuff as well, just here and there. But I'll be making videos about those C64's and see how many of them I can save from the grave, you know. Yeah, I think that's it. Anybody that's liked and subscribed, you know, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And if you have any questions or comments, or, you know, little bits of wisdom, leave them down below. Thanks. Bye.